welcome back.
Hey y'all.
This is No But Seriously, and it's a special episode. It's a special edition. We're doing our 2024 recap, end of year, favorite and least favorite things.
I cannot believe we're at the end of this year. I can't believe it's about to be 2025.
No.
2019 was yesterday.
Yes. And everything in between was a fever dream. Like, everything since then has been what the fuck? It's been interesting.
Has it been? Is interesting the word?
I feel like interesting is morally neutral. Like, is it interesting? Like, bad? Bad things can be very interesting, and there's been some good in there too, I think.
Let's talk about the good, bad, and the interesting.
Let's do it. All right, we have actually curated 10 pod-specific categories that we're going to go through. You don't know my answers. I don't know yours. But we're going to compare and contrast and see what we think about these pop culture and just overall, like, moments.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, I can kick it off. I picked, we had the Olympics this year, so obviously there was a lot of chatter. My, like, most standout Olympic moment is Anthony Ammirati, the French pole vaulter. If there has ever been a reason to be disqualified and still win in the people's eyes, especially women, the gays and theys as well, it's that. It's that your junk is so large you cannot complete a pole jump.
I
with your
forgot
pole.
about that.
Yeah, I didn't. It's burned. We'll insert a clip right here.
Are we legally allowed to do that?
I don't think we can do that. No,
we would. YouTube would kick us off.
They would. Also, I think the E for explicit only applies to language, not imagery, and that was
maybe if we start an OnlyFans, we'll add that to it. I'm sure Anthony would really appreciate that.
He would really appreciate that.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Ray Gunn.
Of course, yeah.
But so my answer was our pommel horse king, Steven. I don't know how to say his last name.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Like Clark Kent.
Yes. America's new Clark Kent.
Yeah.
I loved how everyone just rallied behind him. I loved how stoic and quiet he was until it was his turn to come out and shine. That might be my goal for 2025. Keep my mouth shut. Just kidding. I could never. But just be...
We literally can't. Opposite of that.
I couldn't even make that joke last for a second.
I know,
keeping
right?
my mouth shut. But I loved him. I hope that we see more of him. It makes me kind of sad that every Olympics there's someone that we all rally behind, and then we just kind of like don't see or hear from them for like 4 more years. Like, what's Ryan Lochte doing? I'm just kidding. I think he really did some shit, huh?
He did, yeah. Like he had a what are the kids calling it now? A crash out. He had a crash out at like a 7-Eleven, and it was before everything was filmed, and there were just like police reports of him being like, "Do you know who I am?" That whole thing. Yeah, I think he got pulled over. You know what? I'm gonna actually shut my mouth because I don't remember. It was like 2009, right? I was doing other things.
Wow. Well, Steven, I hope to see you again soon. Come back next Olympics. We're ready for you.
Yeah. Anthony, I would say I'd love to see more of you, but I don't know that there's any more we could see. We've seen it all. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Okay.
Okay.
Our next category is 2024's biggest disappointment. While if I am being serious, my biggest disappointment for 2024 was the U.S. presidential election.
No, but seriously.
But we're going to keep this light today.
Yeah.
And my second biggest disappointment, which seems like forever ago, was the Willy Wonka experience. Do you remember at the beginning of the year? It was like Firefest Part 5, but with Willy Wonka. And they promoted this Willy Wonka like immersive experience. You walk
Oh no.
into it. You didn't
Oh
hear about
no.
this? Please
No.
Google it right now. And people got there, and it was just the most janky ass event ever. This this poor bartender was just like, they slapped a green wig on her and like put her in some gloves, and she's
no.
like, you could tell she didn't want to be there. It was not the cost of, it wasn't worth the cost of the ticket, I'm sure. And it just went completely viral. Did you Google it? Please.
No, but also, like, who thought that was a good idea? Willy Wonka? Because it worked out so well for the 5 with the tickets? Like, it didn't go well for 99% of them.
The pictures are like in a warehouse. It's giving Jump Zone. Like, do you remember?
Oh, it was in Glasgow. That's, yeah. You know what? Sorry. Sorry to our Scottish-based listeners.
I would not have been laughing if I
The promised experience was marketed as an interactive and immersive family adventure that would transport fans into the universe where confectionery dreams are brought to life. Reality is that the event fell far short of expectations. The event featured an empty wall, a single bouncy castle, and plastic props. The actor who played Willie McDuff, who's Willie McDuff?
Who is Willie McDuff?
Who's that? Was given a script that was 15 pages of AI-generated gibberish. This is great.
We need to figure out who this person
Willie
is.
McDuff.
Are we just making up characters here? Or is that a real person?
This is a very BBC article because it's savage and, like, for no reason. It's insulting everybody. No holds bar.
Wait, this event has its own Wikipedia page.
It does. Yeah, probably like Firefest. Wow. Well, I am with you. I was going to say November 5th was a day I was in the dumps.
Yeah.
That started and has continued. But I have to go with the It Ends With Us umbrella. Like, everything from the promotional tour, and then like all the subsequent lawsuits now and the smear campaign, and how it has unfolded to completely remove the spotlight from domestic violence.
Yeah.
And there was such a huge opportunity there to bring more money and awareness to an incredibly serious issue that so many people face. And then it was just like, yeah, like these beautiful outfits, and like, he sucks, she's a bitch, everything's awful. And it's like, what the hell? And Colleen Hoover's just like, where do I stand?
Yeah.
Like, where's the next red carpet? That was super weird. That was a big disappointment because I think there was a huge opportunity there, but there were probably a lot of disappointments this year.
Yeah,
That's just one.
You're right. That was a lost opportunity, and I feel like we have all lost the plot of what that was supposed to be bringing attention to, and now, yikes.
Here we are.
Well, we'll see if we get a It Starts With Us movie. I doubt it, but
yeah. I know. That was actually my book club's next book, but I don't know what we're going to do now.
Oh, interesting.
As if there's not a million other books we can choose.
Maybe you can pick Verity. That's a whole different vibe.
It really is. Yeah, actually. It's a good one. Let me write that down.
Okay. What is 2024's most unhinged moment? Most unhinged moment.
There's probably a lot. What did you pick?
Okay, for my most unhinged moment was the bathtub scene from Saltburn. I
didn't see it.
You never saw Saltburn?
I never saw it.
Okay, well,
No.
I'm about to spoil it for you. If you listeners out there have never seen Saltburn and you don't want me to spoil this for you, please just fast forward.
That
Give me
15 seconds.
Yeah, maybe like 45. I'm not going to tell you the plot of the movie because like honestly, like I probably forgot some of it. It was about these friends. One of them has like a summer house, I think, in the countryside, and he invites his other friend out, and his friend Barry Keoghan starts to like really fall for him, and starts randomly killing people. But there's this scene. Yeah, just watch it. Like, I really am butchering the plot, which is why I shouldn't have done it. I said I wasn't going to do it, and then I did it anyways, and I still fucked it up. But there's this one part in the movie where Jacob Elordi's character, who is the friend who invited him to the house, he takes a bath and then gets out of the bathtub and goes about his business. And Barry Keoghan's character comes in and literally drinks, like slurps the water up out of the drain. Like, and I'm talking, it's so disgusting. I really can't do things like that. There's also a scene in the movie where there is a woman on her period, and Barry Keoghan's character goes down on her, like, outside in the courtroom, or what? Not the courtroom, but, you know, like, squares. What do you call,
I'm clutching my invisible pearls right now. I'm not a nun, but this is...
So, but when this movie came out, everyone was talking about this period scene and how gross it is. And like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I was like, the period scene, fuck that shit. Did you see that guy slurping that bathwater out of that drain? Because that is what was gross to me. That was so gross.
Yeah.
It was unhinged all around. Anyways, I'm pretty sure Saltburn's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, great. Great plug there. That's awesome.
I just, in case you wanted to watch it. I know you're interested now. I really sold it.
Wow. Mine feels so tame now. I said every clip from the Wicked press tour. Every clip of the stars pawing at each other in mutual adoration. I think that's great. I have seen enough. I've seen enough. No, I remember watching like Mr. and Mrs. Smith and being like, wow, they're really committed. Or A Star is Born. Like, they are into their characters, right? And then you just wonder afterwards, like, how long till each of them respectively files for divorce and they end up together. And I'm still waiting for that to happen. For these two lovely ladies, but it was just uncomfortable. I felt like I needed to give them privacy, but I'm just trying to watch Entertainment Tonight. I don't understand.
The way that both Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande got with their current partners is pretty interesting and similar. Allegedly.
That's allegedly.
That's so interesting that you brought up the Wicked press tour, because that is my answer kind of to the next category, which is our most interesting celebrity rebrand.
Okay.
And this might be a little controversial, but mine is Ariana Grande, because during all of this entire press tour, I kept wondering who I'm looking at on TV. Because I remember Ariana Grande as someone with her high, big ass ponytail, and her very tan skin and her accent, her black accent. And I'm confused, like, when she went from pretending to be black adjacent, unintentionally or intentionally, I don't know, no disrespect to Ariana Grande, to this person that we're seeing now. And I know that there's been a lot of years in between, but when you look at this side by side, you do, like, these do not seem like two different people. And like, which one was the real Ariana, if either? I'm just a little confused. Is
either. That is interesting. So that is it's a whole ass rebrand. And is she just so committed to the character? Do you remember, like, she wouldn't let her hair be seen at the beginning of them filming and everything for the longest time, and it had to be this like big reveal. And maybe she's just like really, really into character.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's interesting. So I had two, and it's funny because you were talking about Barry Keoghan. Is that how you say his name? And he was dating Sabrina Carpenter. And I have two answers for this. Sabrina Carpenter, because she has had this huge come up this year, and as usual, it happens after breakup. But also, she's no longer the kid on Disney Channel, right? Like, some people are big mad about it, and that's fine. They can, I'm not going to say that out loud, but like, they can figure it out somewhere else. And I think she's just had a lot of like good press. Like she's had some good press, but she's also done well with it. Like
Yeah.
she's not acting like an asshole. She's not like, I we could say Chapel Roan had a moment too. But she was quick to be like, whoa, I don't really want all this. This is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like, I agree. People shouldn't be pawing her in public, but you can't be like shocked when you're hugely recognized. But my other, from like a different celebrity perspective, is Sha'Carri Richardson. Coming back after, being disqualified and some bullshit there where she was like really going through so much, and she just like doubled down and committed to her sport, and she won gold, and she did amazing. So I thought that was
I
a
think that
good one.
if they haven't already, I think that she and Megan Thee Stallion should have a conversation because I feel like they both lost their mothers and then
Yeah.
kind of had a little bit of a crash out, as one
Mm-hmm.
does when you lose someone really close to you.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately, neither of them had the best people around them
Mm-hmm.
other than their mothers and the people that they lost.
Yeah.
And I think that those people helped influence or um, did some things that weren't the best for them. And that's unfortunate. I'm glad that both of them, I know I didn't mean to make this about Megan Thee Stallion, but I'm glad that both of them seem to be in a better place.
Yeah.
And I
Absolutely.
think Sha'Carri for sure is doing great. And I can't wait to see her run.
I know.
We need to,
There's more
next,
to come.
in 4 years from now, someone make a note that in 4 years we're doing Olympics all the time. I'm already starting to get excited for them again. 2028,
Hey, Siri,
here we
remind me.
come.
Yeah.
It seems like so long from now.
Okay. Biggest unexpected surprise.
Okay. Mine's reality TV related,
Okay.
and I also have two.
I
Um,
have one.
I have a hard time picking between these two. I think number one is last season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City when we found out that Monica Garcia was reality Von Teese, and Heather was like, proof, screenshots.
Yep.
That was so funny.
That was
that this
insane.
year?
I think so. It was way early this year.
Okay,
Well.
yeah, that's I think my biggest surprise because I think my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah. I remember we discussed. I have to say, like, just a real life surprise, the October surprise being in July when Joe Biden dropped out.
Oh,
That was
yeah?
like, what parallel universe? Unprecedented times, never before seen.
That was
in,
wild.
in our lifetime. That was really wild. But reality wise, Bravo universe wise,
Real reality,
would
honestly.
be the hot off the press breaking news from literally an hour ago. Would be the Paige DeSorbo Craig Conover breakup. It's shattering. I was waiting for the ring announcement, honestly, but I do think they're handling it in a really mature way, and I think that that's so rarely seen. However, it could be. It's very early. It's early stages, and when those press tours start, it could get a little ugly. I don't know. I'm interested to see how the upcoming season of Summer House goes. Also with a pregnant castmate like Lindsay
I'm
naming
also
her baby
very
Gemma.
interested. And I feel like this is now the second time on this podcast that I'm begging Bravo to get their shit together and start
Faster.
just start editing these episodes a little bit quicker because
Yeah.
I don't think like we have some trailers for Summer House, but it doesn't actually start airing until what, February?
Yes, it's wild. Like
Um,
it's too long.
Right. And so like so on the episode that came out today, Paige did say that it was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
But I don't remember her saying like how pre-recorded. Was it recorded last week, last month? Like we don't really know.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to all of this. I think there's a part where Hannah might get into what happened at the recent roast, so it couldn't have been like a month old.
Okay.
But
Well, and they were together at Thanksgiving with family, so
oh, okay. So it can't be like that. old, which makes me feel like they probably weren't. Filming was done.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I don't know. I don't watch Southern Charms. Like maybe they're filming for that. I don't know. Um, if it plays out on TV, great. If it doesn't, that's still cool, I guess. I didn't mean to say it like that. I guess it's okay.
I guess, whatever.
It is their personal lives, and like
Yep.
I want to respect whatever privacy level of privacy they want.
Mm-hmm.
But bravo, please, just
Yeah.
be a little faster with this, please.
Yeah. We can't, I mean, yes, it is their personal lives, and we are not entitled to see and know everything that goes on in their intimate relationships, but we can't also pretend like they're not both on reality TV shows.
Right. So like are we in for an entire season of cute Paige and Craig moments, just knowing the whole time that yeah.
Oof. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. But
that is shocking indeed.
That was probably my biggest surprise, just like on the hinges of a new year too.
And in the year with a bang, I guess.
Yeah. Last year it was Betty White.
I was just thinking that.
Really?
I was just about to say, like, we'll see who dies tomorrow. And I was like, don't say that out loud.
Oh, no.
I was just thinking about Betty White, and I was like, oh, God, I really would have liked to have her have made it to 100. But Jimmy Carter did. R.I.P. to him.
That's true. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Our next category is this year's favorite or least favorite confusion.
Yeah.
Or something that made you just go, huh.
Something that made you do that emoji. Just that.
Yeah. What's yours?
Trad wives. What?
Oh.
Like, why have we've come so far, but also like you're a trad wife, but you're a content creator. So like how trad is that?
Like Nara Smith?
Like Nara Smith.
I blocked her long ago. And like that's no disrespect to her. I just could no longer see her content on my feed. I was not interested. I can't get down with it.
Yeah, yeah.
I just go buy the fucking Pop-Tart.
I work in that space, and it's interesting, but like it just made me go, for sure. Yeah. I will not be curating my own bubblegum from scratch.
Right. Like
but that's okay. It's just not for me. I'm not the audience for that. Obviously.
I'm down with like a lot. But does everything have to be DIY? Does everything have to be homemade? Everything?
Yeah,
even the gum, girl?
No. I was just, There was a lot about this year where I was like, well, but that one for sure.
Okay. My thing that made me go, this year, and I want to send that to you as well to make you go, if you haven't already seen it, is Betty Blanco's toes. Have you heard about them?
His toes?
I just sent you a link, but like don't click on it just yet because you'll never possibly guess what you're about to see. When you hear me say that Betty Blanco's toes was my biggest interesting moment or thing that I saw, what could you possibly think what are you expecting to click on?
Maybe they're hairy.
Okay.
He's kind of hairy, right? Like he's a burly, hairy guy. Is he missing one? Does he have a missing toe, maybe?
Okay, click.
Okay, here we go.
He gets these elaborate ass pedicures.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Is that a Persian rug? What is happening?
There are Persian rug toenails.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh.
There are some that are very realistic looking sushi. He has a pickle theme. Every different one has a theme. He has pickles. He's got, let's see what else he has going on over here.
I am not into this particular brand of weird, but I will say there is something so attractive about a man who just like leans into a quirk.
I do agree.
He's not bothered by like some weird like hyper masculine image. And that's so great. This isn't for me, but that's okay. Oh my gosh.
If you like it, I love it, Selena, but
Sometimes it's just one of those things. And he gets a pickle pedicure inspired by her favorite snack. That's love. That's
Is her
love and
favorite snack
dedication.
pickles?
Apparently. But here's the thing. Does that mean he wants his toes nibbled on? Is that a
Oh
hint?
my god.
Does he have a foot thing?
We've gotten too far because you're probably right. I mean, you're probably right. Or he, at the very least, he's the one that likes the toes.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if he sells pictures of his feet online. It's like the celebrity foot version of like a yacht girl, where he's like, listen, I know I'm out here making these bops.
Yeah.
I've got a lot going for me in life, but if you want to send me $5,000 for my feet,
no big deal,
painted like pickles, I got you.
Absolutely. You know, oh my God, how did this not make the list? I'm such an idiot. You know what really made me go, Gallons upon gallons upon gallons upon gallons of KY jelly laced with THC. No, not THC. I'm sorry.
The baby oil with GHB?
Yeah. Yes, that. Why? I think I blocked it out.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My research was poor.
I thought about Diddy and I was like, ugh, gross. He's so vile. Okay, so our next category is 2024's best, worst, or most interesting viral moment. What was yours?
You go.
Mine was when we all learned to be very mindful and very demure. Very cutesy.
Yes, Jules. That was a really, really good one. I do love that. And for me, especially because I work in social media, I love seeing how these trends become a cultural shift, how we then started seeing people do it, like politicians were saying it and doing it, and it was on SNL. Like when something makes it mainstream, like it, and she was, she's a content creator. The one I picked was Brian Jordan Alvarez doing the I love your daughter trend, to the point of it basically carrying the marketing for the English teacher stream, the English teacher right now.
I must have missed all of this.
Yeah. So he has been on TikTok since like the pandemic, and he's a really funny comedian. He's known for doing these sketches of like your rich aunt, like FaceTiming your rich aunt. He's like, yeah, so like we just flew into the Maldives. Donald said we had to be like first class. Like he's just so funny and obnoxious and like spitballs. And then he booked this leading role in The English Teacher, and it's on Hulu. Stream it on Hulu, but it's an FX show anyway.
FX on Hulu.
Yeah, and so he literally started doing that dance, like I love your daughter. What do you have to offer? Nothing, only this. And then he would like take off his shirt and just do this like silly dance, and then he started doing it like every day, and with the caption just like stream the English teacher, stream the English teacher. And people would come back and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm just here for this. Like, all right, fine, I'll watch the show. And he like became one of those flip memes that somebody like made an embroidered shirt where it's like him doing the dance in like single line it's just so fascinating that like he as one actor ended up like creating such an interesting like attention grabbing moment that it actually led people to watch a show.
Wow.
It was just, yeah, I found it really
So
interesting.
the show is good though?
Yeah, it is good. And actually, it wasn't my most streamed because I felt duped. I got there and I was like, there's only 5 episodes. There's like 5 or 8 episodes. And I don't feel like it stopped in like, well, it did. It stopped on a cliffhanger a little bit. And I'm like, okay, but what happens? So I did stream it. I was just a little bummed that it ended so quickly.
When you said it was not on your most streamed, I was about to ask you what your Netflix Wrapped was, and I was like, "Oh my god, they should do that. They like Netflix and Hulu should give me a Wrapped and be like,
they should
rewatched the Mario Brothers movie 4 times. Are you okay?"
Yes, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Also, when you were talking about, I want to back up 2 seconds. So when you were talking about Jules LeBron,
Yeah.
being a content creator, I thought that you said content creator, which honestly should be a thing. Like,
all right, but we're gonna make that a thing in 2025.
we're now going to be content creators for sure.
Content.
And then I also want to give a the second one I had for this, just a little shout out, was Risa Tisa, who the F did I marry? Because I think that was a big moment for us this year as well.
Honorable mention for me was Gen Z staff writing ad copy for like C-suite people to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's giving, left no crumbs, and they would just like walk around like the history museum or whatever, and it's so ridiculous. But you know, it creates conversation, it creates virality, and it gets people talking about something they weren't talking about. So
Gets the people going.
it's data. That's what I always say. I'm like, listen, it may not have performed, but that's still data, right?
Still
what
data,
do we do
babe.
with that?
Data's the new oil. Okay, what's our next one?
Okay, the next one is actually our favorite TV binge, or just like binge, because
what a good segue from the Netflix Wrapped that they're going to do in 2025. What was your biggest binge?
So very opposite, but I had Outer Banks and Outlander. Like super basic, but I don't care.
I don't watch either one of those shows.
Yeah. Well, now you should.
It's because I did not have time for any of that because I was glued to Love Island USA. And also I was obsessed with Baby Reindeer.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I forgot that was this year. Oh, that was wild. That was a bit wild.
Some of my favorite things that happen is when we all, like, collectively, maybe not 100% of us, but like when almost everyone gets behind a show, like we did with Tiger King,
yes,
Fire Festival, Baby Reindeer, Squid Game season 1. And so like I love when that happens, and Baby Reindeer was quite the experience.
Yeah, that was really something.
So if anyone hears about like the next thing, let me know. I'm on it. I love watching along with the rest of you guys.
Absolutely. Okay, this is a big one. This is a really big one. The most interesting, best or worst, but your favorite conspiracy from this year.
Ooh, I love a good conspiracy. I think my favorite conspiracy of this year that happened this year was Thank You, Beyonce, even though it kind of annoyed me a little bit because, like, y'all got to relax. You really think that Beyonce is out here running way more than she is.
Right.
When really she's just giving us phenomenal halftime experiences. But is she in the Illuminati? Do we need to thank her so that she doesn't kill us?
Yeah,
relax. But it was funny. I think I lost interest when JoJo Siwa like made a stupid joke at like an award show. It was funny until that moment.
I think, sorry JoJo, but I think a lot of things sort of they die off a little bit after JoJo gets her.
JoJo Siwa was my honorable mention for Celebrity Rebrand because that was also interesting.
That was really something.
Remember when she was doing that dance and like shaking her head around? I tried to do that one time and I think I almost gave myself a concussion. And I don't know how she's doing it.
She's not because I've seen other people pull it off and she's not doing it. That's the problem. I would say the whole Kate Middleton, like,
oh my gosh, where's Kate?
Where's Kate? And we all became like pixel and Photoshop experts all of a sudden. She's like, I'm just like an amateur photographer at home. That's a terrible accent. Again, I should never attempt that. But that was like so sad. And then of course, obviously she was unwell and it was just, I think there's a lot of conspiracy around the royal family. But that one felt so like imminent because we were watching it, unfold.
I'm still a little bit confused because, like, yes, I understand that she was going through this diagnosis and, like, not ready to announce it. And it's got to be in a weird situation to even have to announce something like that at a time that you probably don't want anyone knowing anything about you.
Yeah.
But I'm still really confused about like the things that we're told. Why were we photoshopping her in cars? Why were we photoshopping like different locations? I get maybe the one where she was saying like she did the photoshopping of her Mother's Day picture and whatnot, but everything else around it seemed a little weird when it could have just been like it could have been handled like I think the handling of it fueled the conspiracy theorists because like y'all were moving real suspicious.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, they did too much. They did too much that didn't need to be. And honestly, usually like the firm stays quiet. Like they don't talk about a lot of those things. And so why were they giving fuel to this?
Yeah.
Maybe they knew we were going to eat it up.
Maybe.
What were they distracting us? Like
I was just going to think that too.
Happening when we were talking about happening? That? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I bet Harry was off doing something great, and they wanted to make sure that
Harry was doing something amazing.
Obviously. Shout out to Meghan and Harry.
Shout out. But a plebeian conspiracy, like a real people conspiracy, would have to be around the Karen Reed trial. And that whole case out of Boston, I think that listening to police officers read their vile text messages out loud in open court was stunning. Like, it really stunned me. And now she's facing a second trial because there was a mistrial. It was just the amount of conspiracies that can be like discussed and the ways that her innocence have been projected. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating. And it feels like it goes a little bit deep, which is scary.
Wait, I haven't heard about Karen Reed. What? Who is Karen Reed?
Karen Reed is a woman who was dating a police officer. She was out with him and his friends. They were out drinking one night. A bunch of people went back to a different cop's house, and she dropped him off and went home. He did not live till the morning. What happened in that time is like really, really highly debated. They claim that she backed over him with her car and then drove away, and he died outside, like hypothermia or something. He had some injuries.
Was she drinking? Allegedly?
Yeah, I think everybody had been drinking. Yeah. And there is like conflicting testimony. Of course, it's a cop's house, so like I don't think they went inside and fully investigated or like treated it as a crime scene. They only like had the crime scene outside. His Fitbit or his Apple Watch had said he had like, from the time that she dropped him off to like right before he died, it said that he had like climbed 3 flights of stairs. So how would he have done that if he didn't make it inside like they claimed?
But how does our Apple Watch know that we're actually climbing stairs? What if his heart was just like, what if he was laying on the ground like and just his heart was just like beating adrenaline?
Yeah,
like, oh, you must be exercising.
The investigators that took over, like there was also some, it runs so deep, and like there were kids, and like some of them are related, so it's like this Boston kind of like suburb, all these cops, and like some of them have the same name, and there's like Junior, and then like there's 2 brothers, and then there's a son. Supposedly someone had gotten like dropped off at the house around that time, but like didn't see his dead body, like him dying in the snow. The damage to her car wasn't consistent with what they were saying she would have done. So she's claiming that like she was set up basically. And a lot of these really awful text messages are about her, calling her horrible names.
Between who and who?
Cops.
Like the cop friends that were there hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. It just clicked. So some people think that these are cops covering for other cops. Yes. That some shit happened after she went home, and some cops are covering for their brethren.
Yep.
And framing
pinning
her
it on the
for
girlfriend.
This. Oh.
Yeah. like the timing of when the house got sold. There's so many things, and like the way they spoke about her, and there was like some coded language where it sounded very much like they were just trying to like cut and dry. Get it. It should be pretty easy. Like it is what it is.
Don't we think, and like obviously I just learned about this 10 minutes ago, but don't we think that the fact that it is completely believable and plausible that some cops would cover up some shit for each other and
Yep.
put someone innocent in jail, just like, don't we think that this is a problem? Are we going to start doing anything
Right.
about this?
No. No. I mean, I will add, she's a pretty white woman, so there's like a special coming out about it. You know what I mean? Like she's getting a second trial.
Well,
Yeah. So
this is very
wild.
interesting. I'm looking here and it says that a new trial is supposed to start on April 1st.
Yep.
Which, America loves a summer trial.
Yes.
And following a summer trial. But I also thought that the big summer trial of 2024 2025 was for sure to be Luigi. But I guess we'll see what happens there.
I know. I can't wait to see his court fits.
You're not the only one, babe. You're not the only one.
Oh God, I hate it. Okay. We have made it to our 10th and final category.
Oh my gosh. Wow. 2024 in review has been unhinged.
Just slightly, because we've taken I don't know how many turns and then added approximately 4 answers to every single. It's okay. It's fine.
Let's very quickly rapid fire.
Okay.
I'm not really good at this, so I
Neither.
feel bad for putting you on the spot. Let's rapid fire some things that we're going to add to our 2025 bingo card.
Okay.
I am on my 2025 bingo card. I'm for sure adding a Beyonce, even though this is kind of a hint. A Beyonce tour or album. I'm adding Lindsay Hubbard gets married.
Yeah.
Maybe even in secret, and we don't know about it for a while.
I foresee a Taylor Swift engagement.
I don't.
I think it's gonna happen.
Because all of her other friends are engaged? She's getting the pressure?
No. I don't think she caves to peer pressure, but I
think she's better than this.
It's his last season. Like, I don't know. I could just see that being, whether they actually get married and make it to the altar, I don't know, but I could see there being a proposal.
Oh, engagement would be lucrative. I think I will join you on that. An engagement, sure. Yeah. Marriage, I don't know. I think that she...
Yeah.
I don't know. She does love a London boy.
She loves.
She has a type.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. God, there was another one. What was I thinking of? I think there'll be a big shakeup in the royal family. I think William will become king sooner.
I know it would never happen,
and not by death, but he'll. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know this will never ever happen, but every once in a while I think about the chaos that would ensue if Prince William abdicated and made Harry king. Could you imagine?
Absolutely wild. Yeah. Yeah.
I need someone who's more creative than me to come up with write a book and imagine story please. It would be so
do
juicy.
That fan fiction.
Yes, please, let's do a fan fiction about that.
Yes. God, I don't even know. Let's say Luigi was framed and they catch the real killer. I'm gonna put that. I'm just gonna put that into the universe. Okay, I'm gonna say that's on my card.
Potential associates.
I don't know.
Interesting. I also am going to add to my bingo card that there's going to be a really messy breakup between Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Yes. The writing is on the wall. Speaking of breakups and or messy flops, I foresee the next season of Vanderpump Rules with this new cast not hitting the ratings.
I forgot that it was happening. They should just let that go.
They should probably let it go. But I do think that means the Valley will see a bit of a spike in viewership.
Unless they are going to completely redo all things Vanderpump and have it be not even Sir. Maybe take him to the Vanderpump Beer Garden. That's not called the Beer Garden, Cocktail Garden in Vegas, and like have it be that. And, like,
Lisa Vanderpump would never have her name on something
I know
called a beer garden.
She's calling her lawyer. She's calling her lawyer right now to send us a cease and desist before this episode's even live. She's on the phone right now.
My motherfucking name.
It's over for us, Lisa Vanderpump.
You know what? Let me warn Andy real quick.
Will you tell him to get the fucking editors to
go
speed that shit up while you're texting him, please?
He left me on red last time anyway, so what am I supposed to do? God. Okay, that's our bingo card. We'll check back and see how that goes.
Yes, we'll keep adding to it, maybe. And hopefully some of these things, or maybe not so hopefully, some of these things
maybe
happen.
Not,
we'll see what 2025 has in store. And yeah, cheers, guys. Happy New Year. Thanks for doing this with us.
Yeah, thanks. We didn't do one. We missed one. We had one more.
Oh. Okay, let's do it. What is it?
Okay, are you ready?
Wait, what is it?
Trend or like fashion, like cultural trend, fashion trend that we loved or hated, whatever.
Okay. I hated barrel leg jeans.
I hated barrel leg jeans. I hated barrel leg jeans.
I hated
Jinko,
them.
why is this back? It's terrible. I said, keep it in the circus for the stilts and performers. Yeah. Why do you need to carry an entire book series in your pocket?
They were too much.
Too much.
And it's like, it wasn't one of those things like, okay, like I wouldn't wear this, but
nobody
this
should wear
rocking it. Or like, oh, Blake Lively makes it look good. She's the only one. Or, oh my God, Beyonce really is the only one that can do this. No one looked good needs to wear those jeans.
Jinko, stop trying to make it happen. It already happened. We're done, okay? And I'm a millennial.
Where are we getting all of this denim from? Where are all the Jinko jeans that used to be in the 90s and 2000s today? In a landfill? Like, what are we doing with them? That could cover... We could make clothing for everyone in the world.
You could make a lot of clothes for a lot of people, okay?
Where are we getting all this denim?
That is my child. That's opportunity knocking right now. You hear that, right?
Oh, I thought that was someone coming downstairs saying, are you talking shit about my Jinko jeans?
Hey, girl. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Yes. So I love that we ended on such a strong, resounding note.
Yes. I'm glad that we're aligned in that, in our hatred of those.
Absolutely. That will not change. Thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to follow us on social media. Check in on Instagram and TikTok. We'll be posting clips and let you know when all of our new episodes drop. Send in any questions or comments you have. We love to hear from you. We had a couple of submissions recently, so we'll be following up in some of our upcoming episodes in 2025 with your questions, and we'll answer those on air. Mix up the format a little bit.
Mix it up a little bit. Yep. You can find us at no.bs.pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You will also be able to go to our link in bio if you want to submit those questions for yourselves, or listen to us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcast. And we wish you the happiest of New Year's and can't wait to see you again soon.
Happy New Year.